Hi guys, welcome back to X2Z Garage. And it's very bright out here because the snow is reflecting the sun off of itself.
Yep, the snow is reflecting my sun because of the sun.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
But yeah, as you could probably tell, and if you are someone that lives in something like this kind of climate, it's wintertime.
Well, some of you down south are getting to experience this for the first time if you're young enough, and others are probably dreading going outside today because they're getting hit with snow and freezing rain.
Yeah.
In North Carolina. Some of my frozen buddies from last war are dealing with some frozen conditions, so it's kind of ironic.
Yeah.
Let's shout out to a couple of them: Lady Madge, Danikin, Papa Fred, just to name a few. Swamp. Who else is in there? Zadie. I can't name you all right now off the top of my head. I'd have to have the phone on in front of me. But we were out here today because Max was having some issues with his pickup truck. Let's go in here and talk about it.
Now, if you saw the short, or a couple of shorts, you would know that the Metro has broke down due to a wiring issue. And I had to dust off the old Silverado here.
Yeah, he doesn't try to drive that in the winter because he's trying to keep it pretty.
It's been sitting since late October, and I fired it up for the first time last week, and I got an ABS light, a brake light, and check engine light, which I already knew was going to come up because the charcoal canister needs to be replaced. Probably going to do that this upcoming spring, along with a bunch of other stuff to freshen this thing back up. And those lights went away the next morning after I started it for school, and it started right up, and I went to school, and when I came out after school, it wouldn't start. It just click, click, click. So I had to get a jump from one of my buddies, and after that, the blower fan quit working. Now, I did some research online, and it said, don't jump the battery directly to the battery. And unfortunately, he did, and it popped something that I didn't know. I checked all the fuses, they were good, and it ended up popping two of the connections on the inside on the blower motor resistor. Now, last summer, I lost the 3 and 5 position on the AC blower fan, and I replaced that resistor in there. So it's got a brand new blower fan resistor in it, and we checked that out. We'll go over there and look at that real quick. And two of the connections, the main 12 volts connection and one of the other ones, was melted, and it messed the connector all up. It's terrible. So we got another connector from that silver Avalanche out back, and replaced that connector, repinned it.
That's the old connector, and you can see where it had melted, and that connector's right there, and that is what reads that resistor and tells the truck that the speed of the air that's going through there is the correct point. Only it wasn't making a connection because it was actually the positive and the negative that was cooked up.
Yep.
So now it's been replaced. So if you run into that, you folks that are down south that aren't used to winter, and you go to turn on your blower and suddenly it's not working, you might want to check that.
Yep.
Another thing that you got to experience was sometimes in the winter, because a lot of you guys don't deal with these extreme colds, and we've been way in the below zeros. If you got an older battery and it's been sitting around for a while, like this one right here says 2021, the problem with that in the winter is you got to start that vehicle every once in a while. Put some charge in that battery, because if it gets low enough in charge, it'll actually freeze the battery solid. When that happens, it pushes these little lead plates together, and then you lose a cell. You might lose 3 or 4 cells. And these are 12 volt batteries, so there's actually 2 volt cells, 6 of them. And if you lose one, you'll have 10 volts. Some of these batteries have 12 individual cells. You lose one, you'll have 11 volts. Well, because he was having that problem with it starting, I said we needed to do a leak test. Basically, is there power being drawn somewhere, a short in the vehicle somewhere that's drawing your battery down, or is it the battery shot? Because these batteries are a couple $100 and better do some testing and buying and then buy.
Yep.
So we put the multimeter up, boom. And what you do is you take the negative cable off and you put the positive lead from your multimeter on the battery, the negative lead on your cable, turn this thing to volts direct current and hold them together. If there's a bleed coming onto the vehicle drawing power from the battery, you will see voltage starting to trickle away up there when there shouldn't be any voltage because you've now disconnected that. And in this case, there wasn't. So what we found out was, just before I went to pull it apart, this cable was loose. I mean, so loose that I could take this nut out with my finger. I don't know how that happened. Max is usually good about torquing things down to factory spec and going over them twice. Could have loosened up, I don't know. But we tightened it back up. Then I tested the leads, and because when I tested the leads, it was trickling between 6 volts and 12 volts. Now that it's tight, I'll show you. I'll turn this back on. If I touch these leads to the cables again while it's hooked to the battery, it should read pretty much 12 volts, 12 something.
Got 12.56?
Yep, and see how it's holding steady? If it was a bad battery, after just charging, yeah, you'd see it dropping real slow. And right now it's holding pretty steady, other than when I'm not grounding properly.
This is a full charge battery because one of the nights I had it on the charger all night because I did think the battery was going bad. And it started up after that, and then after I got to school, shut it off, did my classes all day, went back out to go home, and it wouldn't start. And then I drove it to work, and then it sat all my shift at work, and it started right up. So it was just hit or miss, and it only didn't start at school for some reason, in the school parking lot. So I had to get a jump 3 days in a row. One of those days I had brought my own jump starter, so I didn't have to get a jump from somebody else. And if my friend is watching this, thank you. I appreciate getting a jump.
Well, and folks, the reason he's driving this right now, for those of you who don't regularly tune into the channel, Max
sure we didn't leave any tools
is trying to keep this truck looking like this truck does. I bought this truck in 2003. I've tried to keep really good care of it so it didn't rust out. In Michigan, that is quite a feat in itself. So Max has taken on that mantle of keeping it in pristine condition, and he's doing a really good job. So rather than drive this in winter slinging salt all over it like I did the first few years around it, he bought this. You guys have seen this knot rod, the ever famous Ford Eater. Well, I don't know if you can notice something underneath here, but there is a wire hanging down. I don't know if you recognize what that wire is. If you watch the other videos, it'll explain it all.
Yep.
But basically, I had suggested you run it through the body, and like youthful people do, they try to take every shortcut possible because they don't want to work on this.
I did not put this wire here.
Yeah, I know.
Previous owners did.
But you could have drilled a hole right back here and stuffed it up and ran under the carpet. It would have been dragging on the ground. Yeah. But now we got to drop this fuel tank because whoever jerry-rigged that wire in there, you can see how far up it goes. It's on top of the tank, hooked to the fuel pump. And you can't exactly reach that without dropping the tank. And because it's been like 17 below zero pretty much every day, I didn't want to do that. I figured he could drag out the truck since the insurance plates are good on it, dry it for a few days until it warmed up enough to work on it. And then he had these issues, so we started working on it.
It was very cold starting it up at like, what, 6 in the morning.
Yeah, 17 below zero.
Yeah, negative 17 and not having heat. It was a very cold drive to school.
Oh, and to Papa Fred that said, why didn't he get to use the lift? Well, now his car's on the lift, so yeah, you can see it there. So I'm not a liar. Oh, and the wife's 68 runs great.
Yep. We got an air filter on it. Yeah. I don't think you've seen that yet.
At this point, we just got to slap the hood back on it. I still got to paint that export brace that I crafted for that.
Gotta put it on the lift, put the seats in it,
yeah,
seat belts, and it should be good to go.
But we haven't been in a big rush because we're not going to drive it through that slop that's outside to put it in the garage because it's got enough rust. It doesn't need it anymore. But we thought we would update you where we're at now. His blower works.
Yep,
we tested it.
I just got to put it back up into the dash and put that cover back on.
And hopefully that loose ground cable solve the battery problem. If not, then it'll be a battery.
Yep.
But you shouldn't have to freeze to death on the way to school, because I got to imagine, was your windows fogging up pretty good?
In here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You lucky people in the South that never have to deal with that stuff.
Yeah, until now.
Until now. But
I've definitely got some things I want to do to it this upcoming summer. I got to pick up, well, I've actually got a new hood and a new door for this side here. There's still some things that other people may not see that I kind of...
Sorry for this
Bug
black
out.
line that keeps waving
Yeah.
through the camera. We're still trying to work that out.
Still trying to work that out. I had a guy, when we got the truck back from my grandfather, after it sitting in a barn for, what, 14, 15 years?
No, it was more like 6.
6. There was a bubble right there on the fender. So I took it to a body shop and had him fix it. And he said, it may not last super long. And he was right, and it's starting to come back, unfortunately. So I'm going to order myself up a brand new front fender. And then this door here, unfortunately, last winter, like it's probably about exactly a year ago. I don't know how, but the bottom of the door is starting to go, and the seal on the bottom of the door got froze to the cab. When I opened that door up, it ripped the seal right off the cab and exposed bare paint. So I've got a fresh red door from down south.
Another hood.
Another hood, because these hoods are notorious for going.
Well, they get chipped out too.
Yep.
He put this on that. If this would have had this on there years ago, these probably wouldn't be here.
And then, other than that, it's solid.
It's still a good truck the way it is.
Yeah.
Honestly. Oh, and Max did a nice job of organizing the pole barn.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot to do.
There's still
this
a lot
place
to
is
do.
always a wreck, but we usually are rushing to get out here and get something done and go in and thaw out for a few hours.
Oh, snowblower.
Oh,
I sold the snowblower 2 days after it was posted. Had it listed for 200 bucks, and I let a guy talk me down to 150. And I made a decent profit, real decent profit, and the guy got a really good blower. So I don't think I'm ever gonna do. Well, I guess I can't really say ever, but I don't think I'm gonna do any more blower flips this winter. But
yeah, you kind of got to hit that when it's
yeah,
the
it
right
worked
time.
pretty good. I was just testing the waters, but definitely be back in the spring with the mowers. So. Oh, the decal came off.
Oh, did I leave my phone in there?
Yeah, you did. But I think just a quick little video for you guys this week. We didn't have one out last week, so
Yeah.
sorry about that. We're kind of busy. It's cold out.
Like I said, I was going to shout out to my alliance mates in Last War Survivor, I believe it's called.
I don't play the game either.
No, he doesn't play it, but I'm going to bring up the people.
Not a huge gamer, honestly.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, you should be. Alright, let's see here. You know, I've been playing this for quite a few months now. I still
Not
have
sponsored.
To, yeah, it's not sponsored. Let's see here.
Sorry for that annoying
Alliance
charger
list.
in the background.
No, it's not alliance list. I want members. Let's see here. Where the heck is members? Ah, right there. Alright, so Strathypoo, Lady Madge, Corrupt Dad, Danikin, Scarlet Raven, who, by the way, just did something that's going to help out America and the world. Her and her team created a new way to discover cancer cells early.
Whoa. That's actually
So throw
cool.
congratulations out to her, because that is quite an accomplishment and a great thing for humanity. So good job, Scarlet. Corrupt Dad, Captain Kirkus, Zadie, and Swamp. Those are all the leadership. There's basically 100 people in the Alliance. I don't want to have to name them all out. But I'm through a 7th engineer, so if you guys were wondering, this is me. This is my son, Max, and it's been great talking to you today.
Now, oh, what was I going to say? Yeah, so, oh, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say, We've had a bunch of comments on the channel lately, and we have been really enjoying that, so please keep that up.
Oh, they told me something to say.
What's up?
Ring the bell, whatever that means.
Oh yeah, hit the bell.
Hit the bell, yeah.
It'll give you notifications when brand new videos and shorts will drop.
Yeah. He does a lot of shorts if you haven't seen those, and some of them are pretty funny.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's just a quick little,
Go shut that light off.
yeah. That's definitely going to have to be something we do this summer too, is run another wire over and make another switch over there for the mezzanine lights.
Well, the next video you might see is us dropping that tank and fixing that wire, putting an actual relay on it instead of the switch you jerry-rigged in there.
Yeah.
So all he's got to do is turn the key and start it.
Yep.
But this is a journey.
Yeah. It's really not in that bad a shape.
No, after we fix those floorboards.
Yeah. I gotta repaint the underside again because the crappy stuff I bought from AutoZone just washed off.
Yeah, that floorboard's still holding up. It's still got some on there.
Yeah. But, yeah. So, just a quick little video for you this week. Camera says 16 minutes and 15 seconds right now, so.
All right.
We're gonna let you guys go. And,
we'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll see you next week, hopefully, if we don't get tied up with something. So, yeah. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell notification so you don't miss anything new on X2C Garage. And check out all of our other content. We've got some definitely interesting videos on that car that when we first started. If you haven't caught up on where we are yet, you should definitely go check those out. Some progression with the audio system in this truck. I transplanted a full Bose system in it. You can watch that everywhere.
And there's a real good overview of what we did to that car before we started the channel.
The complete history of this car as of our ownership.
Into that one.
Oh yeah.
It turned out pretty good.
Yep. And yeah, so we're gonna sign off for this one, and we'll see you next week.